Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Inspirational Slow Flow Yoga. Today, we're going to start on our back. You could have a blanket curled up at the bottom or a towel to create a little neck roll for your head. And then you're going to come on your back and come into like a star shape. So have those arms out to the sides. Take the legs wide, maybe even your legs are even wider than the edges of your mat, just taking up a little bit of space here with the palms facing upward. And if this doesn't feel good on your low back, you can always adjust as needed. You can bend the knees and bring the feet to the floor, because sometimes having those legs extended if you have low back pain can be problematic. So just adjust as needed. Close your eyes. Begin to settle into whatever shape you've chosen. Feeling the weight of your body just becoming heavy and limp on the mat. Bringing your full attention to this present moment. Noticing and observing any sensations that you're feeling, any thoughts or feelings that are present right now. And beginning to check in on the more subtle sensations, like the feeling of energy moving through your body, the feeling of the breath, and anything else that you notice and perceive. As you begin to scan the sensations in your body, begin to slow and deepen your breath. Allowing the breath to begin to expand and inflate the lungs, maybe all the way into the belly. Take your inhale right into your exhale, perhaps breathing out through an open mouth, releasing, letting go, riding that breath all the way down to the bottom. Then I want you to hold the exhale for a few moments. When you feel ready, inhale deeply, filling all the way into the lungs. Take that inhale right into the exhale, nice and smooth. Letting all of the breath go. Holding at the bottom of the breath. And when you feel ready, repeat that a few more times. So what you're doing right now is called reset breathing. Reset breathing enables us to increase the volume of the breath on the inhale. It actually helps to train our breathing muscles to be more effective, more efficient, bringing more oxygen into our bloodstream, which we need for our overall health and wellness, for immunity. But it also enables us to let go of those stored chemicals that we hold on to as a result of fight or flight. So continue to breathe like this if you like, or you can release control of the breath and just find a natural rhythm for your breath. So last week I spoke about hope, and I mentioned a quote from Desmond Tutu that said, "Hope is being able to see the light despite the darkness." And I started thinking about light and us being light bearers in this world. And I thought to myself, it'd be cool if maybe that quote said, hope is being able to be the light within the darkness. The fact of the matter is, science proves that we are actually made of light. A biophoton is a kind of light particle that is emitted by all living things. It exists in the visible and the ultraviolet spectrum, but our eyes are not sensitive enough to perceive it. Scientific experiments are showing that biophotons can be captured and stored inside cells and even travel through the nervous system. It's actually suspected that they provide a way for cells to transfer energy and communicate information. Science has shown that light carries information through our brain, nervous system, and even our DNA. Science have also discovered that not only do we emit light, we have the ability to affect it with our thoughts alone. There was a study done where participants were placed in a dark room and asked to visualize a bright light. When they did this, they were able to increase their levels of biophoton emissions significantly, showing that our intentions have an influence on light itself. So as you lay here, I want you to imagine that you are like a solar cell, absorbing, filling up with light. And as you do, maybe you visualize clearing out those places of darkness within you to fill yourself completely with light. Every muscle fiber, every neuron, every cell, even to the level of your DNA. Imagine that you are receiving that light from the source of light through divine connection, through God as you define God, the universe, divinity, or source. And allowing yourself to be filled, to receive that light. Gabby Burton said, "Be the lighthouse. In your light, others will become illuminated." Maybe you visualize yourself in this star shape as a star in the sky, in a dark sky. Remembering that darkness is the absence of light. So when light is present, there is now light in the darkness. Maybe you're a small twinkling star. Maybe you're a supernova. Maybe you're a big ball of light like the sun. Or maybe you're like the moon reflecting the light. Continue to breathe like this, visualizing as you breathe. Setting your intention, remembering that our intention affects light itself. On your next inhale, we're going to gently move the left leg over to meet the right or cross it over the right leg. So we're going to start to get a stretch into the left side body. If you want to, you can begin to reach that left arm up and over, reaching both hands to the left, coming into a little crescent moon shape. Still visualizing that beautiful light. Creating space for light to dwell within you. Yoga is a practice of creating space. Space in our joints, space in our tissues, stretching and lengthening. Space between our thoughts. Space between our breaths. Space in and around our heart. So as we create space, maybe visualize all of that space being filled with light. Slowly open back up, coming back into that star shape. Taking a nice big inhale. On your exhale, let's cross the right leg over the left, or bring the right over to the left. And then stretch and reach the arms over to the left. in this little crescent moon shape, opening into the right side. Continue to allow your breath to flow freely. Slowly begin to open back up into that shape of the star. And then we're going to gradually begin to bring our knees in toward our chest. Let's give them a squeeze here. Hands can be below the knees or behind the knees. You can interlace the hands and then just begin to rock a little bit. Loosening into the low back. Breathing here. Keep the right knee in toward your chest and the left leg out long, but keep the leg hovering above the mat if that's available to you. Draw the navel toward the spine, flex the feet, and maybe begin to bring your forehead toward your knees. Squeeze it out here. Squeezing into that right hip capsule, into the ascending colon. This helps with digestion, elimination. It also helps us to lubricate that left hip joint, or right hip joint, excuse me. Beautiful. Lower the head back down. We're going to switch our legs out. Bring the left knee in. Extend the right leg long. Keep it hovering. Flex the feet. Hug the muscles to the bone. And if it's available, bring your forehead toward that knee. Breathing here. Working into the left hip and left side of our abdomen and our descending colon. Helps to wring things out. Beautiful. Now we're going to just begin to go back and forth, switching, taking a hold of the right knee, extending the left long, then taking the left in, extending the right long, starting to heat up our core, imagining that heat like light in our body, building that heat in the core so that we can take it where we need it in the body. Keep moving like this. Inhaling and exhaling. Next time you bring that right knee in, float the left leg all the way down to the mat, float the head back down, and then take a hold of your right knee with your left hand, right arm out to the side. We're going to come into a twist. So just allow that knee to cross over the body. The right hip will lift, keep your right shoulder grounded. You might choose to take your gaze over your right hand. Breathe here. One of my favorite quotes by Martin Luther King Jr. says, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. We're meant to be love and light. And man, we need it right now. So can we shine our brightness? Can we shine our light and bring our love into a world that's filled with hate, darkness, division? Slowly begin to unravel that twist. And then we're going to switch legs. So bring that left knee in, extend the right leg out long. Holding on to the knee with the right hand, take the left arm out to the side like a wing, and then we'll draw that knee across the body. Again, keep that left shoulder relaxed, soft on the mat. Maybe take your gaze to the left. Don't forget to breathe. Slowly begin to unravel your twist. Gather both knees once again and allow the knees to come wide. In fact, let's go ahead and circle those legs a few times. So they're moving in opposite directions. You're taking the knees wide, forward, back together, and in toward your chest, just to create some movement in the hips, restoring range of motion. Lubricating those joints with synovial fluid, that egg white-like substance that helps our joints to glide. And then take it in the other direction. Allow the knees to fall wide. And then extend the legs. So we're going to come into a wide open A. You can bring your hands to the insides of the thighs or the outsides, straightening the legs as much as you feel is available. And then we'll go ahead and start to circle the feet out. Anytime we have our feet above, our legs above our heart, we're helping to drain lymphatic fluid back toward the core. We're helping to improve our circulation, bringing blood flow back to the heart. Things all help our health, our wellness, and our immunity. Go in the other direction. Good, we're gonna keep those feet flexed. Bring your hands alongside your hips. On your exhale, cross your right leg over your left. On the inhale, open the legs back up. On the exhale, cross left over right. On the inhale, open the legs back up. We're gonna keep moving like this, kind of scissoring the legs, creating some strength in our core, but also into our inner and outer thighs. You'll often spend time strengthening our hip adductor muscles and our groin muscles. Flowing with your breath. Beautiful. Bring those legs back together, gather the knees toward the chest, and then rock side to side. Notice which side of your nose you're breathing out of more easily, and then eventually rock your way over to that side, pausing in a fetal position for a few breaths. Support your head here. Francis Bacon said, "In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. He whose face gives no light shall never become a star. Give light, and the darkness will disappear of itself. Your path is illuminated by the light, yet darkness lets the stars shine bright." It's that play of opposites, yin and yang, dark and light. And we wouldn't know light without darkness. We're going to slowly bring our way up, finding our way into an all fours position. So if you need some support for the knees, go ahead and take a blanket or a towel, and you're going to place that underneath the knees. Beautiful. We're going to tuck those toes under and slowly begin to lift up. So we're going to stand on those knees. Good. And we're going to do some gentle variations of Sun Series A. So envisioning that light, envisioning the sun, envisioning source, and connecting to it. On the inhale, sweep those arms up overhead, like you're holding a ball of light here. Beautiful. On the exhale, we're going to bring those hands all the way down to the floor into tabletop. Walk those hands forward. And then on your inhale, slide the hips forward, coming into a kneeling plank. Engage the core so we have a nice straight spine. Allow the creases of the elbows to face forward. On the exhale, the elbows skim the rib cage as you lower down. Keep the hands where they are, press into the tops of the feet, engage the legs, engage the core. Elbows sunk into the body, shoulders away from those ears as you press up into a cobra or an up dog. On the exhale, take it back, finding yourself in child's pose. On the inhale, sweep wide, coming all the way up to kneeling. You might tuck the toes for balance. And then on your exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. On the inhale, sweep, arms are going to lift. On the exhale, float the hands down to the mat. On the inhale, walk those hands forward, slide the hips forward into a high push-up position with the knees on the ground. On the exhale, elbows skim the rib cage as you lower down. On the inhale, press into a back bend, allowing those hips to soften toward the floor. On the exhale, take it back to child's pose. Engage the core, sweep the arms wide on the inhale, coming back up. Maybe tuck those toes under. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, sweep, arms lift. Exhale, float those hands down to table. Inhale, walk those hands forward and slide the hips forward. Exhale, elbows skim the rib cage as you lower down. Inhale, press your way up into a back bend. Exhale, take it back, child's pose. 2 more like this. Inhale, sweep, riding that breath all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep, arms lift. Exhale, float the hands down to table. Inhale, walk those hands forward, let the hips slide forward. Exhale, elbows skim the rib cage as you lower down. Inhale, press into a back bend. Exhale, take it back to child's. Inhale, sweeping high, riding the breath. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, last one. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, bring those hands down to the mat. Inhale, walk the hands forward and slide the hips forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press into a back bend. And exhale, take it back to child. This time you might want to take the knees wide. If you're feeling in your knees, you can place something behind the knees, pressing back and settling into child. So the arms could be reaching forward, or you might stack the hands underneath the forehead or support the head with a block or a blanket. St. John the Apostle said that the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. If we remember that darkness is the absence of light, darkness cannot overcome light. If light is shining in the darkness, the light overcomes the darkness. Let us be light bearers. On the inhale, we're going to rise up into table. Knees directly underneath the hips, the hands directly underneath the shoulders with the fingers fanning out wide. On the inhale, let's sweep that right arm high. Reaching for the light. On the exhale, thread the needle. We're just going to touch down to the right shoulder and ear for a moment. Press into that left hand. Inhale, sweep, coming up. Exhale, gently thread the needle. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, thread the needle. Stay here, resting on that right shoulder and ear. You can press into the left hand with the elbow bent to open up the back body. You can walk that hand forward,
You can reach that left hand high or even wrap it around the small of the back. Let's go where it feels best for you. Breathing here, just twisting out, wringing out our lungs, our digestive system, wringing out the old dark matter. Making room, making space for light to dwell. Press into that left hand, inhale, sweep, coming all the way back up. And then exhale, float that hand down, plant the right hand. On the inhale, sweep the left hand high. On the exhale, thread the needle, touching down onto that left shoulder and ear. Inhale, stretch and reach, lengthen. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, stretch and reach. And exhale, thread the needle. We're gonna hold here. Again, you can adjust your hand however you want to. Press into that right hand if you wish and really open the back. Stretch that hand forward, opening into the shoulder and armpit. Reach it up or wrap it around your back, whatever feels best. And just breathe. Maybe you're breathing in through the nose and have an open mouth, letting go. Remembering that as we exhale through an open mouth, we're letting go of all the toxins in our body. 70% of the toxins leave our body through the breath. And when we breathe out through an open mouth, we're letting go of the harmful chemicals associated with fight or flight. That fear response in the body. Slowly slide that hand back towards you. We're gonna inhale, sweep that left hand high, and walk that hand back down. Take the hands about a handprint in front of where they are, and tuck the toes under. Press your chest back toward your thighs, keeping the spine long and straight, shoulders away from those ears. Good. You can stay here, or if it feels good, begin to come up into down dog. So we're lifting the hips up and back, beginning to walk our dog. Feet are about hip-width distance apart. Keep breathing. Walking it out or staying where you are. Child's pose is always an option. Good. Bend into those knees and really press your chest back as you lift the hips up and back. Ears line up at the insides of your biceps, so the shoulders draw away from your ears toward your hips. Good. Engaging the core, begin to take your gaze forward and step your feet to the front of your mat. Feet will be about hip-width distance apart. Bend your knees deeply and rest your belly on your thighs. So we're not rounding the spine with straight legs. We'd rather have a straight spine and bent legs. Much safer for the body. Let your crown hang down. Hips lift. Shoulders, again, drawing back away from those ears. Maybe you walk the hands forward a little bit. You can have them on a block if you like. And then lift the heels up for a moment. Keep breathing. On the exhale, float the heels down, walk the hands back toward you, and then lift the balls of the feet and toes up. On the exhale, float those feet down, bend the knees. Take the arms out to the sides like wings. Lots of breath here. On the inhale, sweep those arms all the way up into chair. So the knees are over the feet, but not in front of the toes. So look down to make sure you can see your toes. Let your tail slide back. A little softening of that tailbone down. Get rid of a sway in the low back. And then the arms are coming alongside the ears if possible. You can always take the arms wide if needed. Keep breathing. On the inhale, press all the way up into standing. On the exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Ground down evenly into all four corners of the feet. Maybe even spread the toes wide. And then release the toes back down. Engage the legs, lifting the kneecaps upward. Soften the tailbone down slightly and draw the navel in and up and back, like you're trying to hook it behind your heart. Turn the palms forward, releasing the shoulders open. Taking them away from the ears. Your chin is parallel to the floor and crown is lifting here. Check in with your breath. Beautiful. On the inhale, we're going to bring the hands to the hips and step the right foot back. Pivot the foot so that the right toes are pointing toward the right front corner of your mat. And then bend into your front knee. Make sure you're not on a tightrope. So if you need to toe heel that foot to the left, you may. And then we're going to square our hips off with the front of the room. Reach those arms up. Shoulders draw away from the ears as you press into warrior one. Really try to spread the mat apart with your feet. On the exhale, imagine you're holding a ball of light and you're going to hand it to somebody, sharing your light, reaching forward. Now, if that doesn't feel good for your body, you can keep your hands at heart center or arms out to the side. This is a big lever, so this could be intense on your low back. On the inhale, come back up. Beautiful. On your exhale, reaching forward if that feels okay, or taking any other hand variation in humble warrior. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, reaching forward. Beautiful job. Float the hands all the way to the floor. You can bring hands to blocks if that feels okay. Spinning onto the ball of that back foot. Nice. Nice, long, straight spine here, shoulders away from those ears. And on the exhale, float your knee to the floor. Beautiful. On the inhale, bring the hands to the knee or reach the arms up into a low crescent lunge. Keep breathing. On the inhale, slide the hands back, even reaching back, opening the heart. On the exhale, come back forward. 2 more times like this. Inhale. Sliding your arms back like swept wings, little angel wings. On the exhale, coming back up. Beautiful. Inhale, sweeping the arms back. Exhale. Float those hands back down. We're going to lift the back lift the back knee, Move the blocks out of the way and then step back to a down dog or to a child's pose. Breathe here. Take the break that you need before we pick up the other side. Good, everybody relax in child's if you're not already there. Settle in, breathing here. Rabindranath Tagore said, faith is the bird that feels the light when the dawn is still dark. Faith is the bird that feels the light when the dawn is still dark. Slowly begin to rise up. Bringing the knees about hip-width distance, tuck the toes, walking those hands forward slightly, angling and spreading your fingers wide. Bring the chest back and press into a down dog. Couple breaths here. Bend the knees and then gently step the feet forward to the front of your mat. Bend the knees here as well, belly to the thighs, exhaling, folding out. Beautiful. Inhale, Reach those arms out to the side, sinking low into an airplane squat. On the inhale, sweep the arms up to chair. Again, make sure you can see your knees, legs are nice and strong. Soften that tailbone down, release the shoulders away from the ears. On the inhale, straighten those legs, inhaling all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Good. Ground down once again, plugging into the feet, engaging the legs, a little softening of that tailbone down, drawing the navel in and up. Turn the palms forward, releasing the shoulders back and down. Crown is lifting, chin is drawing in slightly. Breathe here. Good, bring your hands to your hips or your heart center, and we're gonna step the left foot back. Angle that foot so it's facing the front left corner of your mat. Adjust your right foot if needed, so you're not on a tightrope. Square the hips and shoulders to the front of the room. Sink into that knee, coming into warrior one. Lots of breath. Again, start spreading the mat apart with your feet. Be really strong in your foundation and strong in your legs. And then we're stacking, ears over shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Good, imagine you're holding that ball of light and you're gonna share it, reaching forward. Or again, maybe the hands come to heart center or out to the sides. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, reaching. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, coming forward. Nice, float those hands down to blocks or to the floor, coming on the ball of that back foot. Then release the left knee down. On an inhale, bring the hands to your thigh or reach up. Exhaling here, holding this shape. On the inhale, sweep the arms back, lean back slightly. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, reaching back. Exhaling, coming forward. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, coming forward. Float the hands down. Pick up that back leg. And this time we're going to step it to the front of the mat. On your exhale, bend those knees, fold out, forward fold. Grounding down into the feet. On the inhale, sweep the arms as you bend the knees, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. And then re-ground here in mountain. We're going to take a block to the outside of our right foot. Good. Plugging into the feet, all four corners pressing down. Begin to shift your weight into your right leg. Ears are stacking over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, nice and tall. Cross your left leg over your right. Bring it to the block. If you want to stay here, you can. If you want to go deeper, start to bend into your right leg, and you might even have that foot floating, or you might wrap it behind the calf. Take the arms out to the sides. And we're going to take the right arm over the left. Give yourself a hug. Good. In this eagle, you can choose to bring the backs of the hands together, or even bring the palms together. Breathe here. Check in with your breath. Feel nice and strong and stable. On the inhale, begin to open up and then open out, coming into that falling star or shooting star. Lots of breath. Inhale, bring that foot back, float the hands down, kind of shake things out a little bit. Move the block to the other side. And then we're going to begin to really plug into those feet once again. So ground down all four corners of the feet. lengthening the spine, shoulders are drawing back and down. Begin to shift your weight into that left leg and then cross the right leg over, finding the block. Again, you can stay here or begin to sink into this. You might choose to float the foot or wrap your eagle. Take the arms out. And this time we're going to cross the left over right, give ourselves a hug. Maybe begin to find eagle wrap with the arms by bringing backs of the hands together or the palms. Keep squaring your body off to the front of the room so we're not twisting. Engage that core and lift through the crown of the head. The energy is moving upward. Couple breaths here. On the inhale, begin to open up and unravel. Take that leg out to the side into a shooting star. Keep breathing. Exhale, float that foot down, float the hands down, and then bend those knees, folding over your legs. Let go here. Shake the head. Just letting everything kind of roll right off your back. Beautiful. Bend into the knees, and we're going to bring our seat, to the floor. Good. Now, if you have a blanket and you want to bring the edge of your seat to your blanket, feel free to do that. Nice. We're going to go ahead and keep the feet about shoulder width distance apart. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do a few cat-cows here. On the exhale, curl back, rounding the spine. Bring your head down, chin to chest. Inhale, slide the tailbone back. Belly presses forward, heart presses forward. Crown lifts, chin gently lifts. Exhaling, curling and rounding. Inhaling, lifting and opening. Good, last time. And inhale. Nice job. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to extend our right leg out. Sorry. Go ahead and do your left leg. So we do the right side first here. Toes are going to point forward. And then just float your right knee in toward your chest, floating the foot. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Begin to take that ankle just above your left knee, gently pressing your right knee down toward the floor without forcing. You can always put some support behind your extended leg too if this is too intense on the back of your knee or hamstrings. You can create a bend by putting a block or a blanket behind that knee. Good. Nice, long, straight spine. And then we're going to slowly hinge forward at the hips, bringing the chest toward our shin, but keep the shoulders down. We're not rounding, we're just drawing the heart forward. Breathe here. Forward folds are very calming for the body. Help to bring us back to homeostasis. Good. Slowly begin to come up. We'll float the foot to the floor, bring that knee up, sitting up nice and tall. Take the left hand around your knee and then reach your right arm up. Begin to rotate the torso, starting from the belly, the chest, and then the head, and then float your hand behind you. Keep pressing down to find the length. One of my favorite lines from a song is from the song Anthem by Leonard Cohen.
And he says, ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. I picture us as those beautiful mosaic candles with lots of fissures, lots of cracks, with the light just reaching us in our brokenness. But also that's how the light gets out. It's our pain, it's our journey that enables us to be more compassionate, to be kinder to those around us, because we've been there. Slowly begin to lengthen as we unravel the spine, and we'll unravel the leg. Extend that leg out, and then go ahead and pick up that left knee, floating the foot, flexing, holding here for a breath or two. Good. Cross that leg over, place it just above the knee. Again, support that extended leg if you need to put something behind the knee. We're going to gently encourage that knee down, sitting up nice and tall. Keeping the length in the spine, begin to hinge forward at the hips, leading with the heart. Breathe here. On the inhale, slowly come back up. Place the foot on the floor. Take your right hand to your near thigh. Reach that left arm up. Lengthen. And then initiate the twist from the belly, the chest, and then the head last. Float the hand to the floor. Keep lengthening the spine on the inhale. Maybe finding a little bit more space to move into on the exhale. Bringing out, letting go. As you're ready, slowly unravel the twist, unravel the legs, shake them out a little bit. And then move anything out from underneath you. And begin to bring yourself down so you can bend the knees and slowly roll down if you like. Onto your back, knees to chest. Taking whatever you need before you settle into your final rest position. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a light meditation working through each of the chakras to close out our practice. So as you're ready, begin to find your way into a rest position of your choice. Make sure that it feels comfortable and supported. So you might want to support the backs of the knees. You might want to support the back of the head. You might want to come back to that star position, visualizing the light as we move through this. Closing your eyes, begin to withdraw your senses and your thoughts from the outside world, just coming back into a space of total presence. Take a moment and notice the rhythm of your natural breath without changing anything. Just breathing normally for a few breaths. Begin to deepen and widen your breath in a gentle, relaxed manner, feeling that belly lift and widen on the inhale. Feeling it soften and hollow out on the exhale. If it feels natural, extend the count of your breath. Allow it to be a flowing breath without any forcing whatsoever. Release any leftover tension still residing in the body and the mind. Just opening yourself up to receive whatever it is you need in this moment. Now take your attention to your root chakra at the base of your spine. Imagine a dark red orb of light pulsating in this area. Take your breath to this area, breathing deeply, inhaling and exhaling, strengthening your root, the place of grounding, stability, trust, and security. Inhale and exhale, visualize that red light. Now take your attention to your second chakra at the sacral area. Imagine an orange glowing orb of light there. Breathe deeply into this area, setting your creativity, passion, and sensuality free with every breath. Feel that breath flowing and circulating in this area. Continuing to visualize the orange light. Lift your attention now to your third chakra at the solar plexus and navel area. Imagine a yellow orb of light glowing in this area, igniting your fire, personal power, will, and determination on fire with every breath. Inhale and exhale, stoking the flames with the yellow glowing light. Gently move up to your heart chakra at the heart space. See a green orb of light here. As you breathe in, feel a deep sense of love, compassion, kindness, and peace. Draw that feeling into your inner essence, and sending it back out into the world by means of your breath and intention. Move to your throat area. Picture a purifying blue orb of light there. Breathing into the area where we filter our thoughts into words, where we speak our truth in love, flowing from the heart to our throat, cleansing the pathway to our higher consciousness. Breathing into this area. Now lift your attention to the sixth chakra between your eyebrows, your spiritual third eye. See a beautiful indigo color, illuminating, connecting you to intuition, insight, wisdom, and inspiration. Gently caress this area with your breath, connecting a little more deeply to your true self. Keep visualizing that beautiful dark blue color. Now ascend to the crown of your head and visualize a white light, a pure white light. Feel an awakening with every breath, a connection to divinity, source, or something greater than yourself. Profound connection with everything and everyone. A sense of pure awareness and pure connection to all living things. Continue to
bolster that connection and feel that blissful stillness through your gentle breath. Now, begin to breathe deeply. Maybe visualizing each of these areas glowing, filling with light, communicating with each other in a holistic way. A profound connection of mind, heart, body, and spirit. Now, as you do this, knowing that you are now just filled with light and filled with love, envision sending this out to the world. Light is the highest vibration. Pure light resonates at the highest frequency possible. So with your intention, envision wrapping that light around the world. Elevating the entire planet with your intention. Begin to bring your attention back to this moment and back to your body and breath. Take a few breaths in through the nose and out an open mouth. As you're ready, you begin to gather your knees toward your chest. Rocking a few times here from side to side. Notice the buoyancy in the space that you feel in your breath. Notice the difference in your presence now compared to when you started. Embrace that. Hold on to that. And then as you're ready, roll to one side. Pause there for a moment in a fetal position. Begin to gently press yourself up to a seated position. Taking your time. Bring your hands to heart center where the joining of opposites heals all opposites. Bow your head to your heart. Let your light shine so brightly that others can see their way out of the dark. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends.